Let Me Pull Your Coat will be a little different this week. If you know me, you know that I have rules and discipline to my life that I live by. Some of these rules are: I never discuss religion, politics, who I'm screwing, and how much money I have. This week, I break one of these rules. So stay tuned and find out which rule I break for you. Before I go any further, let me say this. Thank you. I know it has been a minute since you heard my voice like this, and that is not lost on me. While I was away, I felt the messages, the check-ins, the quiet concern, and the loyalty from people who do not just listen to this show, they belong to it. That kind of connection is not normal, and it is not something I take lightly. When you build something honest, people notice when it goes quiet. I am grateful beyond words. Grateful for the subscribers who stayed locked in. Grateful for the listeners who waited patiently. And grateful for the ones who reminded me that this platform matters because it speaks when people need it most. I am here. I am present. And I appreciate you more than you know.
Before we start, I want to say something from my heart. It means a lot to be trusted with this space, especially when voices people love have been missed. This platform has always been about truth, growth, and showing up for people, even when life pulls us in different directions or we are going through our own personal struggles. We promise to be here for you whenever you need us, 24/7. I am grateful for the listeners who stayed patient, who sent love, and who understood that sometimes stepping away is part of coming back stronger. This week, we are still holding that same standard. Same honesty. Same respect for the people who listen every week. And with that said, I am proud to pass the mic to someone who understands the weight of this chair and the responsibility of this conversation. Let us keep it moving.
Silk, China, you can't imagine how happy we are that you guys are back behind the mic. Baby Doll and I have done our best to keep this podcast detailed and honest as you taught us to. This week, I am happy to sit at the master's feet and learn. But it seems that most of the emails, voicemails, and DMs were basically about one subject: our take on what's happening in America. We all have our own opinions, but we feel that since Silk is the oldest and more experienced of the bunch, that it would be only right for him to address this topic. We will still answer your questions and comments concerning other topics. So sit back, make yourself comfortable, and enjoy this special episode of Let Me Pull Your Coat, the unfiltered world of Master Silk, hosted by Master Silk, China Doll, and me, Baby Doll. Let's get to it.
Okay, this is a question I knew I would eventually get one day, but I was hoping I wouldn't. Every other podcast is getting it. So I knew my time was coming. 3/4 of the questions we've gotten in the last few weeks have been this same question. From different countries, different cities, different states. I'm happy to answer it. But first, I want to say, I've been trying to keep each episode below 15 minutes. Roughly 8 to 12 minutes. That's because I know everybody is busy and I don't want to cut into your free time. I want you to listen to me on your commute to work, or while you're chopping vegetables for dinner, or doing your hair, or shaving. I don't want to cut into your time with your children, or with your spouse, or with your significant other, or just your own time. I want my podcast to be something you want to listen to while relaxing, not saying that you feel like you have to listen to. With that being said, let's get into it. The question I've been asked most within the last 3 weeks is, what do you think about what's going on with law enforcement in America today? Well, I'm not a political person. I don't discuss politics. I feel like we all have our own reasons to vote. I vote for who I want, you vote for who you want. If neither person lives up to our expectations, that's on us. It's not up to me or anybody else to tell you who you voted for was wrong. But when it comes to me, you have to remember, I'm a child of the 50s, 60s, and 70s. I grew up during the Jim Crow era, the peace marches, the Black Panther Party. These are all the things that made me who I am today. I can remember going with my grandparents to my grandmother's hometown of Brookhaven, Mississippi. We went there to join a peace march. They wanted to instill in me that being Black will bring on some of the most unjust things that will ever happen to me. I can remember seeing my grandmother spit on or slapped by a white police officer until her nose bled. Now remember, I'm a little child at this time. I'm taking in all of this, all because they wanted to go to a certain school or one of the local restaurants to eat, or they wanted to go to a certain store. I remember saying how much I hated those people. My grandmother slapped the shit out of me and screamed that I should never hate anybody. I also remember walking to school in Chicago and going to a Black Panther party kitchen to get free breakfast and school supplies. I look at how the government is and what they call law enforcement. Growing up the way I did, with my parents in Chicago, then spending the summers of my grandparents in the country, working the farm. I never understood why people called law enforcement when something went wrong. I was always told you don't call an organization that started out as slave catchers to handle a person of color's problem. So many people of color today are quick to call the police on their family members, husbands, wives, siblings, whatever. They're so quick to do that, not realizing that they are calling a loaded gun into the situation. My family never called the police on anybody. Nobody we knew ever called the police on anybody because we knew they weren't going to do anything but escalate the situation. We knew this. My family, well, not just my family, but everybody has that one relative you can go to when you have a problem. You knew not to go to them with no bullshit, half-baked evidence because you knew that that was the relative that would, what do they call it today, crash out. But that's the police force when it comes to people of color. We didn't waste time with police officers. We didn't waste time with counselors. We had Big Mama and Pawpaw. We had Auntie Shirley, Uncle Robert, Cousin Jeffrey. These are the people you went to when you had problems. Whatever they did, I don't know, but you never had that problem again. I said all of that to say this. When you bring a gun into any situation, someone is going to get hurt. I'm not going to blame the top. I'm not going to blame the bottom. But when you have different personalities clashing, people are going to get hurt. You got one side saying they're going after violent criminals, yet you'll see in the next photo a 5-year-old child being arrested. You know they aren't going after violent criminals because none of the officers have gotten hurt. It appears to me that if a violent criminal was someone you were after, they're violent, right? So that means they should be doing something violent to you while you're trying to detain them, right? I'm just saying. But being a child of the era I'm from, I've never expected government to do anything for me, ever. People of color that expect them to do something for them puzzle me. Let's look at it like this. We had Barack Obama, the first Black president and best president, in my opinion. He couldn't do too much for people of color because he had too many people against him, tying his hands on what he could or couldn't do. He did do something, however, by giving us all the Affordable Care Act. But if you were to ask most white people today, do you prefer the Affordable Care Act or Obamacare? They say they love the Affordable Care Act but hate Obamacare, not realizing it's the same exact thing. Because the word Obama is in it, they automatically see it as something racial and something to hate. I don't want to go too deep into politics because I've noticed that on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, wherever I have a social platform, I've noticed that if I post anything that's remotely political, I'll make up a number, let's say 1,000 views a week to only 3. I'll go from 1,000 followers a week to only 1. I'll go from 1,000 likes a week to none. Personally, I deal mainly with Fanbase. That's another social platform app. It combines everything from Instagram to TikTok to Twitter, and you can get monetized from it as well. I'm not monetized on any of my platforms. I'm not in this for the money. I have a Cash App posted, but I've never received a dime from it. So no, it's not like I don't want to post political things because I'm getting paid. I just don't want to be banned or alienate anybody I love. Everyone and I don't mind helping everyone. It's a sticky area. I'll answer anything you ask me, but the bottom line is I don't expect help from anybody. No politician, no police officer, nobody else. I don't expect anything. So when it comes to politics, I stay neutral and do what I have to do to help all people, not just some. Don't get it twisted. I love all races, ethnicities, and colors. But I am unapologetically Black, first and foremost. I remember my grandfather, who was very political, said that Black people don't know that the government secretly votes every 27 years to give Black people the right to vote. I don't know how true that is, but he was my grandfather, so I believe him. Hope this helps you out a little bit, because I could say a lot more, but like I said, I'm trying to keep this under 15 minutes.
Silk, that's what I love about you. I've known you for years and never knew all of that about you. It seems Silk already gave our Spotlight of the Week to Fanbase. Check them out for all of your social platforms needs. This is China Doll signing off for Let Me Pull Your Coat, the unfiltered world of Master Silk. Make sure you follow, subscribe, and leave your reviews. Leave your questions, voicemails, and messages at letmepullyourcoat.com. We read and listen to each and every one of them. Check the blog page, your post page, reviews page, and video page. Grab the merch. Represent the movement. And remember, there is always room at this table for you. Until next time, as always, we wish you much love and much respect.